All right, ladies and gents, we basically made 2% from today, which puts us up at the week around 2%. Because basically yesterday and then the day before, Tuesday and Wednesday, mitigate each other since I lost Wednesday and then I won Thursday, and then today we're up 2%. So um, this was the trade we took here. So it's a different type of trade. I won't lie. It more was based on the order flow. So this was the order flow chart I was using. I know it was on YouTube. I need to buy an order flow subscription. I'm not really trying to say like I'm becoming an order flow trader, this and that. I'm still using ICT concepts and all the other stuff that I've learned. There's no point in trying to change it all up now, but I do use it in terms of like when it's a really trending day. So you can see it's very, very strong, heavy delivery to the downside. The market is what likely to go up, to stall around and then push lower. So we had levels of sellers here. Buyers got absorbed around here, trying to push above here. And again, this is just on bookmap. Imagine on deep charts, where like the best order flow traders use, push down lower, push up higher, push down once more. So there were sellers twice at this level, and this is the level I drew out right here. There were sellers there, and once the market had that strong push lower and a continuation of what aggression here, um, showing that there's no passive buyers, indicating here that we want to push up higher. Because again, that would have the second push here, this right here would have been what, a strong push up above here, absorbing all this selling, and the aggression of buyers will continue up. If we had passive buyers, would continue buying us up, and even then this level might have held one more time and probably would have got stopped out if there were more passive buyers. But of course that wasn't the case here, since the market was again just strong bearish. And eventually you can see here, once we had that dump, we had more aggression, more aggression, more aggression, and just straight to our take profit here. So this was the trade idea. Let me show the confirmation of signals right here. So let me put this on right here. We had a entry level at 902, 75. Basically that was our entry level, and then our take profit level was 2789. No, it's at, I wish it was at that level. We had it at 802.50 right here. I won't lie, I was aiming to move my take profit a lot more, and then we had 5 cons, so it was around a 1 to 2, and it was like strictly at a 1 to 2 like this. This was the trade. So we had 5 contracts, as you can see here. We had around like a 50-point stop, and then we had just a 100-point take profit, and the market just instantly dumped. This is on the 1 minute time frame. So again, this was the level where I was telling you guys about, like there's aggression here. There's aggression. The market, once it dumps here, has that change in the state of delivery. Up close candles get disrespected by, the down close candles closing below it. What is the market going to likely do? Flush, if not retrace up into it, respect it once more. But again, we had that zone there. So that's kind of where the market, just instantly dumped. And then eventually, if we go to like a 30-minute time frame, from like the previous, this day right here, it should be right here. It should be this day right here, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we had this day right here. Let's do 100 rows. This is another level I was drawing out, which was a high volume node. If you are aware of this, then the market loves high volume nodes. So this was a previous day high volume node that I drew out, and I had it on my other chart, which was my order flow chart, and it's just marked this one out like a light purple right there. So and let's try right here, object tree, visual order. I want to send it to the back right there. So yeah, and yeah, pretty much once we had that high volume node, unable to really get respected in terms of like pushing price higher and showing like there's aggression of buyers, since the market was bullish during that time. We realized that the market was likely going to dump, and once that happened, I came to the conclusion that we're likely going to reach that 4-hour draw on liquidity, which was a strong buy side imbalance low, and that was my draw on liquidity. And everything else before that got melted. I won't lie. This 1 minute inversion was a nice inversion. There was no mech model trade here. I know a lot of people love trading the mech model. No 5-minute confluence, no 15-minute confluence. There's really no trade if you're using the mech model, this and that. And this is why it's so important to use other confluences other than just like ICT, and expand your knowledge outside of ICT. Um, and I'm not saying, like, oh, you can't trade with ICT, you can't be profitable with ICT, because I could have found an entry if I woke up a lot earlier, and traded this right here. But it would have to be like a higher time frame trade, like a 15-minute time frame trade, as you can see here, because the market would retrace up into it, form this inversion here. You could have took that stop loss above these highs, and then the market just dumped, break even at this low, targeting this low right here. There was a higher time from cracking correlation. If you look at it, the market here, where was it on the 15-minute time frame? This one never, reached those highs, while ES did. And then you also have like a 4-hour TPD formed. Basically, if you're looking at that too, you could have waited for that, third candle formation, which was around like 6 o'clock. And then once you start seeing the market dump, that's where you enter that trade with the 15-minute confluence. But here again, this was a really good trade. And the thing here with this trade was I was trailing aggressively. Once more, I was trailing aggressively, and this time it was like on the 1 second time frame. I won't lie to you. So this is where it got a little bit more crucial. On the 1 second time frame, once we started to move down lower, I just went break even, because again, I wanted to see aggression here, because we're having an aggressive level of sellers, like a zone, an aggressive seller zone, and I would want to see just strong distribution lower. And once we saw that, I trailed it to 150, or once we had the strong displacement here lower, I originally just went break even. Market continued to move lower, and then originally once we had that, I moved to 150. I wanted to secure a winning day, just call it, nice winning day there. And then once we started to move down lower, I moved it to 500, just for 1%, in case we want to push up higher and stop the trend. Okay, that's fine, because we're clearly closer to our drawn liquidity. The market should just continue lower, and that's basically what happened here. I moved it to 500, and then around here, that's when I moved it. And then this is just 1 second time frames, and then two candles, I was going to move my take profit further and further lower, and again, just trail my stop loss also. But again, I failed to do that and missed out on a potential. What type of potential trade? Oh, we missed out on like so much, bro. And it makes me so genuinely mad, because look how much we have missing out. We have like a 7R trade, 6R trade missed out. At minimum, like a 3R, 4R, just letting it run, honestly. Just makes me very, very, very mad, very disappointed, It's just one of those days where the market just continues doing what it's doing, and you just can't do anything about it. I'm not really mad, just disappointed, because again, we also had another entry we missed out on ES around here. So yeah, this was another entry I missed out on ES, which was this one right here. Stop loss would have been above here, and then again, just boom, aiming for this area. And even up here, I was looking at the market for a continuation lower, but I thought, like, we're way too deep into a discount, reaching for these draws, way too deep into a discount. But even then, look at this, bro. Oh my days. Again, this is all just hindsight too, it's like 7R. Again, these are the days where you wait for that 2R trade. And I said it in one of my vlogs, or I said it in my vlog recently, where I was going on a walk, I was thinking about it. I was like, bro, if you really think about it, the market will offer you 3 good days in a month, just in a month time span, like if you give it like 4 weeks, it would offer you 3 good days where you can catch at least 2R. And I told myself, if you're able to catch 2R on 3 good trades, and you just simply wait on your hands and you're patient, like you wait for super A++ model trades, you sit on your hands, you take that trade, and you catch 2R back to back 3 times, and then you just aim for 2 winning days, that basically is a good payout. It's a good payout, risking 1%, But yeah, that was pretty much really the trade. Again, next quarter, or maybe March, early March, after February, I'll probably start trying to incorporate more order flow softwares and concepts, basically, instead of just using this right here. Probably like deep charts, buying the subscription, or maybe Bookmap. Starting off probably with deep charts though. Using volume profile analysis with ICT concepts and the model that I have already, and just building something, like even more, just more crazy, bro. Because again, trading, I want to be the best, like MJ. I want to make it look easy. So yeah, that was pretty much really the trade. Not much else to it. Now we can show you guys. I know a lot of people like looking at the accounts. Again, This one is up. This one is at break even. We again, just one good trade can bring you back up. That's all you need. One good trade to bring you back up, boys. It was at 998, 1K basically. So yeah, we won, we lost, and we won. Again, just following the system, following the rules. One trade a day. Stand on your hands. Even this was one trade a day because I took a partial. As you can see here, we entered at the same time. So entered at the same time. We just exited at a different time. We entered one. We exited one a little bit earlier than the other one. And even if we didn't, I think we would have been up, 0.5% today instead of just 1%. 1 point. We'd been up 1.5 for the week instead of just 1. But just being patient here, sitting on your hands. Honestly, by far one of my best trades for this week. And now we're up on this account. Really, this month is going to come to an end, and then eventually next month I probably will look to catch, in all due reality, I want to be up. I want to have a buffer. I don't want to simply just take a payout due to like winning days. So like if we catch 3 more winning days, I really still wouldn't want to take a payout. Since we're only up like 5 or 1%, I would want to at least take a payout around 4 to 5%, and request like half of that, and then eventually try to scale, and build a bigger buffer. So again, it's just not going to leave us enough room, but we'll have to see and wait. So that's pretty much really it. That's the trade idea. So yeah, peace.